So I'm starting off with blood as the first anatomy sort of video that I'm doing, and the reason I'm doing that is for quite a few reasons. So for number one, blood sort of touches everything that every cell in the body theoretically, practically, and so it allows you to work out any sort of disease, either the liquids in the antibodies or chemicals in the plasma, or the shapes of the cells, or typing of the white blood cells, etc. Um, and so the second thing is, so that allows us to diagnose disease. If we diagnose disease, that leads to prevention and cure of the disease and survival and reproduction. And so the number one goal of biology, everything funnels back to one thing, which is reproduction. Because if you don't reproduce, then you no longer exist. So that's the core goal of biology, reproduction. And so blood is also important because it's a reference, because it's everywhere. It's highly likely if you're doing lung or kidney or something else, there'll be blood vessels and you'll see blood in there. And so you'll be able to recognize the structures based on the blood, and it'll also the size. So it'll give you a size. That blood cell is about 8 micrometers, and so you'll be able to size everything just by knowing how big the blood cell is. So as you can see on the left-hand side, I'm scanning. So I'm going across the slide and then moving it up and then across back and then up and back. And now I've rotated it to fit in the screen. So I'm not actually, what I'm actually doing is going left, fully left to right, then right to left, then down. And so I'm not missing anything. And what you're going to see is they've just taken off the 45% erythrocytes, which are red blood cells, and the less than 1% leukocytes and platelets, which are white blood cells. And so you should get about, you know, 98% red blood cells and only a 1% white blood cells. All right. Now, um, the white blood cells, the red blood cells are the red circles. And the platelets you can't really see because it's all a bit fuzzy. Unfortunately, it's difficult to get good slides because they always fade. And, um, if you make them up fresh, you can see them, but you can't make them up fresh in a high school. And so those little fuzzy areas there are the platelets. And so that's the majority is the red blood cells. It's just a little bit of platelets. And then you can't really, the top one here is the white a lymphocyte, but you don't know if it's a B cell, a T cell, or a killer T cell. They're just this big round nucleus. And then the granulocytes, so the basophils, neutrophils, and eosinophils, um, you can't really tell. This you can just see it lobed. So I've sort of got a lymphocyte at the top and a neutrophil at the bottom. You can see here from the breakup of it that you're going to see about 50-50 of the 1%, 2% cells that aren't red blood cells. They're going to be 50-50 lymphocytes and neutrophils. So hopefully you can see that as you can see the scanning going on the left. And now just to zoom in, I just zoomed in on oil. So this is by 100 magnification, and you can see it's around 7 to 8 or so. This one lines up to about 8. So that's your reference, 8 micrometers. So when you see a red blood cell, just try and remember 8 micrometers, and then you'll be able to size everything else up. And so this looks a little bit larger, so maybe it's 10 to 14 for an eosinophil. Okay. And so now you know that you can actually diagnose quite a lot of diseases. So just a common one is anemia. So anemia is because you don't have enough iron, you don't have enough hemoglobin, sorry, and the most common cause of anemia is iron deficiency anemia. So you're feeling tired. So the iron is needed to make hemoglobin. Another common disease, and you can diagnose a lot of diseases. At uni, we looked at each other's blood and we diagnosed diseases straight away, like beta thalassemia and hyperlipidemia, like that. I'm not going to say exactly what the diseases are, but we instantly could see it down the microscope. And so doctors have missed this for generations and generations because these are genetic diseases. And just by looking at the blood, you can see it straight away. So it's sort of almost infinite. Almost every disease you can detect with the blood. Another common one is leukemia. So the white blood cells are overgrowing in the bone marrow where the blood is formed. And so you can see that uh, that means the red blood cells can't form properly, so that's causing the anemia. In this case, the leukemia is causing the anemia, and you can see the white blood cells just don't look right. You can't see eosinophils or lymphocytes. You can see these weird ones, and so that's leukemia diagnosis. But you do more chemistry work on that to become more specific about exactly which type of leukemia it is. Okay, so hopefully you understand the importance of looking at blood correctly and why I chose that as the first and maybe last anatomy video for bio.